This film is extremely emotional. I guess I'll say this documentary is extremely emotional. It is a tearjerker for sure. There were multiple times in my theater. No, it was a sold out theater, and an older crowd. So an older generation, but completely sold out. My seat was the last one because I got there at the time that it was starting. And that was the only open seat left. It is really gut wrenching, and it's almost at times hard to watch, honestly, because of how tragic his life was, and just the circumstances that he and his wife Dana were put through, and then the mother of his children, which the documentary also talks about. And then Josh, to your point, this film, though that it talks about his time as Superman, it really talks about how he was Superman outside of the role. So a good 2/3 to 3/4 of this film is mainly him in the wheelchair. So it's not really him as Superman. And that's on me, because I thought this film was going to be about the making of Superman. I thought this was going to be a behind the scenes documentary about his life as an actor and his life as Superman, and the pop culture reference that it had, and the significance that he played in pop culture, and how that, led him to be a father and a husband, and this, had the courage to continue to fight after his injury. But I will say the majority of the film covers him and his life in the wheelchair. So I wrote some notes on a good old-fashioned piece of paper here. I know y'all Gen Zers don't know what that is, paper, right? But I thought I'd read some of these. And guys, feel free to stop me at any point. I'll kind of shuffle through some of these slides here, because they're just some of the visuals in this are just absolutely gorgeous. And but yeah, I'll kind of basically, this film is not this is not the behind the scenes of a Superman movie. This is a film about, honestly, it's about activism and his advocacy for people who are handicapped or who have a disability. It very much talks about that in the latter 2/3 of the film. So it's a profoundly moving documentary that offers a glimpse into the personal tragedies faced by the Reeve family as a whole, because it goes into his story as a kid, and then afterwards, and then his kids and what they had to deal with. From the devastating accident that left Christopher paralyzed, to the untimely passing of his wife Dana, which, if you guys don't know, Dana died shortly after Christopher did, maybe just a few years after, of stage 4 lung cancer, leaving all 3 of those children without a mother or a father. It's the whole film is like that, man. It's really tough. The film is a stark reminder of the fragility of life, but also offers a beautiful glimpse of the hope and fighting spirit that they embodied. The documentary's raw emotional impact is undeniable, and viewers are likely to find themselves deeply moved, if not overwhelmed, by the heartbreaking events depicted. The film's unflinching portrayal of the family's struggles underscores the immense challenges they were confronted with in the face of adversity. I think more than anything, the movie talks and shows just how strong not only Christopher was, but how strong Dana was, how strong the mother of his other two children were. There were a lot of really strong people within this film. Even Robin Williams, and this was the cool thing about something that I didn't know. The informative part of the film was Robin Williams was Christopher Reeve's best friend. They both relied on each other very heavily. And there's a moment in the film where Glenn Close is interviewed, and she says that if Christopher were still around, Robin would also still be around. And it just wow. The whole theater was just dripping with tears when she said that, because everyone was just oh, because they both needed each other. They were both so impactful on each other's lives. It's a well-crafted documentary that delves into the complex life of the iconic actor. But while the film's technical aspects, including direction, editing, and cinematography, are undeniably impressive, it's the deeply personal narrative of this film that will truly resonate, I think, with people. It effectively utilizes a multifaceted approach to storytelling, incorporating perspectives from various individuals, like through his career. Like Jeff Daniels is there, talks about him. Glenn Close, who I mentioned. Who else? A couple of, like, his sons and daughters. And then there was one other, Whoopi Goldberg's in it. And then some other, like some political individuals, like John Kerry speaks on him after Christopher had spoken at the Democratic National Convention in the 90s. But through these interviews with friends, family, and colleagues, the documentary provides a comprehensive and intricate portrait of the iconic actor. The use of archival footage and audio recordings, including what appears to be AI-generated voiceovers, adds depth to the narrative, allowing Reeve's own words to resonate. The approach offers a unique glimpse into the thoughts and experiences. So what I thought was kind of interesting, and I don't know how they did this, but Christopher narrates a good portion of it. And I don't know if they like found a diary, or if they found his will, or if they found like a script of his, or if they were just kind of, if they worked together to make sure that what they were saying was accurate. But Christopher, I mean, he narrates a good portion of the film. And I also wonder if it's like AI. I don't know. So that I found really fascinating. So, the story of the Reeve family and just Christopher in general is both extraordinary and also tragic. His childhood, especially, which was characterized in the film by a demanding and critical father, shaped his relentless pursuit of excellence, which drove him and led him to excel in various endeavors, from piloting to horseback riding and skiing. So essentially, because of Christopher's like father, who had such high standards for him, everything he did was for his dad. And there's a portion of the documentary that Christopher tells his dad, I got the part as Superman. Like, I'm going to play Superman in the movie. And his dad was like happy. And he was like, oh my God, that's great. Because he thought that it was a play. There's a play called the Superman or Superman, the something. And it's like a very poetic, like artsy, theatrical, show. And the dad thought that that's what he was talking about. And so when he found out that it was the comic book character, the dad completely disowned him. And he's like, you're a child. Why would you take this role? So it was just like, oh my God, man. Not to mention that the dad had multiple sons and daughters with other women who also remarried multiple times. And so the Matt Reeve and Will Reeve, I think they're two sons of Christopher, they both said that the Reeve side of the family were insane. Like, they were weird and not great people, and they were not fun to be around a lot of the time, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Wow.
While the early stages of the documentary provide a captivating exploration of the younger years of Reeve's iconic portrayal of Superman, the narrative gradually shifts its focus to the personal challenges he faced. While this shift offers valuable insight into the man behind the superhero, it might leave viewers yearning for more substantial exploration of the Superman franchise, at least for me, and the inner workings of the films themselves. However, his portrayal of Superman and the characteristics of the character itself have a very real impact on Reeve's life. A point of criticism for me lies in the documentary's frequent time jumps. So this happened sporadically and very frequently. While these transitions offer a glimpse into different stages of Reeve's life, they can sometimes disrupt the narrative flow. A more linear timeline would have enhanced the overall viewing experience, in my opinion, because what they would do is they'd go from like 1978 as him as like a 24-year-old, he's Superman, and then like 1996, and he's in the wheelchair, and he's homebound, and he's depressed, and he can't move, and you're going back and forth between the juxtaposition between him as this like glorious brand new actor, who's the hottest thing ever. They've got his name up in lights, his face on billboards, and then it would go to jump forward to 1996, 1995, and then they'd show him in the wheelchair. So I get what they were trying to do, which is the juxtaposition, but they kept going back and forth. It was like 1978, 1995, 1978, 1995, 19, and it was that throughout like the whole time, honestly. And it was really tough to like, okay, can we just get like a sequential through line here? But here's one of the iconic photos of him towards the end of his life. The latter portion of the documentary provides an exploration of Reeve's life after the accident, and the film delves into the profound impact of his disability on his personal and professional life, offering a testament to his remarkable resilience. And that is one thing that I think most people will take from this, is just the fact that how strong he was and how strong Dana was to continue to pursue, to fight, to try and cure him, which was also a point of contention in the film. A lot of people didn't like the term cure. They thought that it was demeaning or degrading, and so they didn't like that he wanted to be cured, which I won't talk about because that's a totally different tangent that could get me into a lot of trouble if I start talking about it. So, but it is a testament to his remarkable resilience. One particularly moving scene highlights Reeve's encounter with his wife Dana in the hospital. Her unwavering support and declaration of love served as a catalyst for his determination and to continue fighting. The moment underscores the profound impact of human connection in the face of adversity. Basically, after the incident, Reeve was in the hospital, and he had died 2 times already, and they brought him back 2 times. And by the time Dana had gotten to the hospital, she like ran up to him and she like grabbed his head and she just said, if you want to go, you can go, but know that I will always be here. And I'm paraphrasing, but she was like, I will always be here and I will fight with you if you decide to fight, but I will be with you regardless of what you decide to choose. And then she said something to the effect of, you are still you no matter what happens. And like I said, everyone's just sobbing in the theaters, just like people are welling up. They've got tissues everywhere. But that was what got him to keep going, because his words to her were, let me go. I'm pretty sure it was those 3 words. He just said, let me go. And that's when she responded with, you are still you no matter what happens. And I'm here. I love you and I'm with you till the end. Right. So even now, like you get emotional because this woman, just with the guts and the strength and the love and tenacity of a warrior, went up to this man, this superhero, literally 6'4", 215-pound man at his prime, and she said, "I'll fight with you." And so that was when he decided, you know what? No, we're gonna do this. So thanks to Dana, he really had she kind of saved his life. And he had a profound impact after that. But that scene in particular was like, whew, break out the tissues, man, because you're going to need them. The last thing I have here is, while the documentary undoubtedly offers a valuable exploration of Reeve's life and legacy, it may not fully satisfy viewers seeking a lighthearted behind-the-scenes look at the Superman films. So make sure, I would just say, as long as people know what they're getting from this, you should be fine. The documentary's primary focus is on Reeve's journey through adversity, emphasizing his remarkable resilience and the profound impact of his disability. The film's exploration of Reeve and Dana's advocacy for stem cell research is also particularly inspiring. Their unwavering hope and perseverance serve as a powerful example for individuals facing challenges. And finally, while the documentary may not align with all viewers' expectations, it's undoubtedly a thought-provoking, insightful, informational, and impactful film that sheds light on the significance of disability, awareness, and the human spirit's capacity for resilience with hope. The man is a real-life superhero, but the documentary definitely portrays that at the end of all things, he was a man. He was a broken person. He had broken things in his family. He had a broken family, and he came from a broken family. So he was not a perfect Superman, but the characters of Superman, the truth, justice, hope, strength, courage, sacrifice, all that good stuff, he embodied as a broken man. And I think that was what was really like just the heart of the film was like, even through all this, he still embodied the characteristics of Superman. So